across the Rio Grande Valley, covering stories that matter. This is Action 4 News Sunrise.
But anyway, we're going to talk about that, and we have a very special guest this morning, including Miss Karaoke.
Miss Karaoke, she's part of the Smarty cartoons family, and we're excited to have her. So if you have kids, you may want to wake them up because they're probably not going to want to miss this.
Not at all. So let's get it started, everybody. We finally made it to Friday. I'm Mary Avila.
I'm Victoria Marshall. We're getting pretty close to the 5:02 mark, so let's go ahead and get you over to your weather maps this morning. She's the star of many a library powwow for kiddos across the Rio Grande Valley, inspiring them to pick up those books and continue their education. This morning we have Miss Karaoke and Ruben Ramirez here with Smarty Cartoons. Thanks for being here with us, Ruben. And to you too, Miss Karaoke, how are you doing today?
Good morning, everybody.
So, Ruben, tell us a little bit about what it is.
It's Ramon.
Ramon, I'm sorry. Tell us about what it is that you do.
All Mexicans have the same name. It's okay. What I do is I'm an art teacher, and basically I created an extension of my creativity, and one of them was Miss Karaoke to kind of represent the teachers. And this kind of reminds me of my first grade teacher, and she kind of resembles a tall German lady that I used to have, and she's Miss Karaoke. Hello, everyone. And she goes to schools, motivates the teachers, the students, and basically she's taken off with a good fan base. And we're here to motivate the Valley and beyond and make sure everybody has a great day in the world of education.
And it's so good that you're doing this because, you know, a lot of kids nowadays want to play the video games, They want to go outside, they want to play, but they don't really think about, hey, what if I, reading, studying, all these things, putting a little extra time into that will really get you further. So it's kind of promoting education.
Yes, exactly. In fact, the way I started, I did start off with the Edinburgh Library being my inspiration. I did have a lot of books that inspired me, and I still continue to tell the students, don't let technology take over you. You take over that and make sure you do something with it. So this generation has a potential to do greatness, and of course, you can't overlook education in the simplest form, which is the basic, academics, the fine arts. All those things will help us to get further ahead. And yes, that technology can be a distraction, but that's why I teach the arts and have them their potential come out a little bit further with their creative side.
And Miss Karaoke, what kinds of things do you hear from students over at the local schools?
Well, we hear a lot of complaining and that it's too early, but we do our best to give them our best as teachers and of course to inspire everyone.
Of course, and you also have Smarty cartoons, which is another way to get kids kind of involved in the arts.
Yes, I do donate a lot of elements to the schools, even beyond my school, digital tablets, people that sponsor me. I in turn go back and sponsor other students. From my classroom, I've seen a lot of students come and become teachers, artists, photographers, digital artists, and even doctors, lawyers, plumbers, businessmen. Our goal is to inspire them. So through my works, and by the way, I'm not a ventriloquist, but I do this on YouTube. So her voice I am her voice behind the scenes, and I do my best to inspire the kids through what I do in the classroom and beyond the classroom.
If teachers want you to come to their school, how can they get a hold of you?
Simply look up Teacher Tunes online anywhere. I'm on Facebook. I'm under Smarty Cartoons, Teacher Tunes. I'm on Twitter. And I'm visible every day. I inspire people daily, not just once a week, but I'm there to inspire everyone because I believe everyone deserves a great day. And that's my goal, to inspire beyond the classroom, beyond the desk, and make sure we represent our best.
Great. And speaking of inspiration, the Edinburgh Library, the very place that inspired Ramon here, and Miss Karaoke, they're going to be here in just a little while with some summer reads for kids. Thanks so much for being here this morning. Mary, back to you.
From across the Rio Grande Valley, covering stories that matter. This is Action 4 News Sunrise.
Let's get it started. We have that and a lot more to get to, like Miss Karaoke.
Very excited to have her. She is here with her owner, Ramon, and they're going to be talking about how she helps kids with literacy in the Valley.
Absolutely. So let's get it started, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm Mary Avila.
I'm Victoria Marshall.
And welcome back, everybody. Celebrity chef Paula Deen denies she's ever told racial jokes, but she acknowledges using the N-word. The admission came during a question and answer session for a lawsuit filed by a former manager of Deen's Savannah, Georgia restaurant.
The deposition was taken in May. It's part of an ongoing civil lawsuit filed against Deen and her brother by a former employee who says there was sexual and racial harassment. Deen's attorney released a statement saying, quote, his client does not condone or find the use of racial epithets acceptable, and that she is looking forward to her day in court.
And of course, this is our morning talker, and we've invited our guest from earlier, Ramon Ramirez, to kind of weigh in on this one. And so, good morning again, Ramon.
Good morning.
What do you think about these remarks?
Well, I mean, I think they're digging a little bit in the past. I know a lot of people complain later in their years, but yes, I think you go to other states and there's a lot of racial issues, but let's just see what happens. I don't know if this is the current dean or the past dean, but you know, things do pass. She did grow up in a different time era, and so let's see where this goes.
Yeah, she's from the South, and let's be honest, I mean, we've spoken about racism in the past here, and we know that not everyone in the country still feels the same way about, you know, different ethnicities. And you have a puppet here that actually is a different ethnicity. He's Hispanic.
His name is Rosendo of the Raza Report, and you can't get more racial looking than this. But he's basically somebody that I'm taking, you know, the racial card and using humor to lighten up the environment and make sure things are, you know, not taken so seriously, but of course not offending anybody at the same time.
Of course. Victoria, do you have anything to add to that? I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, racism, what an issue.
We talk about it quite frequently here on the show, and you know, like you said, Paula Deen, she's from the South. She did grow up in a different era. And I also read that, you know, obviously if you go and read the deposition, she's discussing, she used the slur twice. And one of those times was when she was being held up at gunpoint by a person of a different race. It's never right to really call anybody a name, but, you know, obviously she was scared and maybe not thinking.
I don't know, but we'll let our viewers sort of do the talking for us at this point. See what you are saying at home. Let's check it out. We have some comments here from Facebook. Mark Tate says, so many of us in that generation used many words, including the N-word, because we were ignorant to its hurtful meaning or definition.
Our next comment also from Facebook, Charles Hawking, who says, who cares what she said, all I care about is food.
Okay, nice, but you know, she has been controversial, this woman. I mean, she had the whole diabetes situation for cooking, apparently.
She hid it from her viewers for years, and she was putting 2 pounds of butter in every recipe. I'm more upset about
about the health scare there. Of course, keep weighing in on this one. Let us know what you think. Hit our social media platforms and give us your thoughts. We'll be right back with more Action 4 News Sunrise.
From across the Rio Grande Valley, covering stories that matter. This is Action 4 News Sunrise.
6:06, and she's the star of many a powwow at libraries for kiddos across the Rio Grande Valley, inspiring them to pick up those books and continue their education. This morning we have Miss Karaoke and Ruben Ramirez here, who is with Smarty Cartoons. Ruben, you're local. You have been in the Valley for quite some time. So you have actually developed this whole series, Smarty Cartoons, and a couple of puppets to really help kids get their education going. Tell us about that.
Yes, I started this, actually I've been in cartoons for 26 years, and somewhere along the way I got motivated to go out into the public. Well, my wife, I give credit to that. And I do talk to different schools from elementary to all the way to universities. Miss Karaoke just visited Kingsville. And so our goal is to inspire others. A lot of people use their, I guess, their education, their role in society, but they forget about giving back to the community. And that's what I'm doing, just giving back, making sure the kids understand that there are good role models out there, and they need to cling to those, because those are the ones that will inspire them to go further in their careers.
Absolutely. You also do a lot with Smarty Cartoons. You take Miss Karaoke out there, and she gives kids advice. So Miss Karaoke, can you give our kiddos out there some advice on maybe picking some summer reads up this summer?
Oh yes, make sure you visit your local library, and of course make sure your parents read to you, and if you don't have those people available, you have your brothers, sisters, and of course find the positive role models in the community.
Very exciting. She's pretty good.
She's awesome. I think she used to be my teacher at one point.
She did?
She reminds me.
And you know, you're expanding Smarty Cartoons,
yes,
and your puppets as well.
Yes, of course, I'm not a ventriloquist person, but this is something that I perform behind the scenes, much like Sesame Street would. But this is an extension of my creative side because it's just easier to film, and she'll be featured on her YouTube channel via Teacher Tunes. And of course, we're here to inspire all those people out there that believe they can. And yes, you can. Make sure you guys and girls give it your best, because that's what we're here to do, be a beacon of positive light out there in the community. And Miss Karaoke is a little bit of help to our teachers to represent us well.
And let me just say, your name is Ramon.
It's Ramon, yes.
And I want to go ahead and, that's my fault.
That's okay.
We are.
As long as you get her name right, we're good.
It's 6:09 in the morning, right?
No, it's early.
So let's go ahead and talk about how teachers can get a hold of you if they want you to come out to their schools. You do that type of thing.
Yes, I do. My phone number is 956-330-1002. Very simple. Look us up online, anywhere on Twitter, Facebook. We're under Teacher Tunes or Smarty Cartoons, and we do a lot of projects, and I'm very visible among the community, and I would love to go and present to your school. Definitely give us a call. We're here to give you a powerful presentation and to make sure we motivate our teachers out there that have been our fans for a long time.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning, Ramon, and Miss Karaoke as well.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mary, back to you.